Hello, everyone. My name is Joe, and I'm Head of Customer Success here at Global Water Intelligence. Today, I'm excited to introduce the Water Investment Navigator, a breakthrough AI-driven market intelligence platform that gives you seamless access to hard-to-find public information about the U.S. water sector. We've built this project in partnership with the Water Environment Federation to solve the North American water sector's biggest data challenge, that utility documents are spread across tens of thousands of websites in challenging formats, creating an inconsistent, highly fragmented data environment that is both time-consuming to access and difficult to analyze. The Water Investment Navigator solves this data challenge by making all this public data easily available in filterable dashboards and overlays other data sources, which makes this information more valuable for business development purposes. Previously, only the most well-resourced firms could stay on top of this. The Water Investment Navigator democratizes this information and will help the industry to thrive. To win projects and make smart resource allocation decisions, companies active in the space need intelligent, connected data to pinpoint opportunities. But key resources like utility capital improvement plans are spread across thousands of websites in non-standardized forms. Then there's the additional challenge to identify projects that are worth your attention, projects that match your own product and service mix. And this is the same story for state revolving fund applications, council decisions, and meeting transcripts, all data sources that are crucial to business development, but extremely time consuming and costly to collect. This is exactly why we've built Water Investment Navigator. By applying the latest advances in large language models and machine learning, we transform those thousands of municipal documents and meeting recordings into a single connected dashboard of water infrastructure intelligence. We are extremely excited about this, and we hope that you will be too. Water Investment Navigator is essentially a bird's eye view of capital spending in the water infrastructure space, allowing you to identify projects from planning and funding right through to contract award. And most importantly, with Water Investment Navigator, you can move faster than your competition. Early users report saving hundreds of hours of research time, freeing their teams to focus less on hunting for information and more on winning projects and creating value. Now, I'm on the Win home screen here, which shows the scope of data that we collect, process, and make available to our users. At launch in late September 2025, we'll cover just over 1,000 utilities in North America, starting with those with the largest population served. This number will grow quickly, and we plan to add investor-owned utilities in Q1 2026. At the moment, the information we collect covers approximately 40,000 projects, which roughly translates to $67 billion of CapEx for 2025 alone. Now, WIN essentially brings together three very different types of documents: capital improvement plans, state revolving fund applications, and council meeting records, and connects them using AI. The result is the clearest possible view of what utilities are investing in, the projects they're undertaking, and the companies they're awarding contracts to. We do this by monitoring thousands of municipal pages in real time, waiting for updated documents to be published. We then have our own proprietary data pipelines that ingest this information, draw connections between different data points, and categorize the data in a probabilistic fashion using large language models. All of this provides an unparalleled view of infrastructure spending. But how do you know that you can trust it? Firstly, our AI matching process is fully transparent in terms of scoring. Connections between data sources are assigned a confidence level on the dashboard, green or amber, and our matching is inherently conservative. I'll explain more about that in a moment. Secondly, WIN allows maximum transparency, as you can always navigate back to the original document as it was published. So let's dive into some documents. On the right-hand side, we have our latest files table, which shows the latest documents that have been loaded onto the platform. And if we scroll down, we can see a full list. These are all capital improvement plan documents that we've recently updated. And I can click on a specific capital improvement plan, and it will take me to that document page, which is a machine-readable version of the document that was published on the municipal website. So this is a capital improvement plan, and as we scroll down, we can see that the resources within this file type are all projects the utility is planning to carry out over the next 5 years. And here I can filter the projects by application, by sub-application, and I can click on a specific project to get more information on the scope of that investment. So here we have detailed project descriptions, capital project spending, project statuses, as well as a project history and a relevant technology section. So capital improvement plans form the backbone of our data offering, and we collect this information for over 1,000 utilities nationwide. If I want to see all CIPs, I can quickly filter and it will show me the utility that published that document and the name of that document. And as you can see, there is a real wealth of information on offer here for anybody looking to identify project opportunities within the U.S. infrastructure space. I can also filter all of our projects on a national level basis. So if I don't want to have to navigate into specific files or I want to look on an aggregated level, I can do that on the project search page. I can filter by application, by sub-application, and I can also filter by technology and state, giving me a real targeted view of the projects that are most relevant to my business. So, for example, if I was only interested in wastewater treatment projects that involved some kind of membrane system, something like RO, I can quickly use the filters to navigate to the selection of the projects that match my offering. Again, I can click on a project just to ensure that the data matches my needs. So this is a specific water purification facility project that starts in 2028, and I have a significant amount of information here that enables me to really get ahead of a potential RFP in the future. Anyway, back to the files. CIPs are not the only resource that we're uploading to the dashboard on a rolling basis. We are also uploading other data sources which make these CIPs more valuable. For example, council decisions or any kind of decision taken at a utility board meeting or a council meeting relevant to water and wastewater infrastructure. WIN allows you to access all of this information in a structured way via the dashboards. So not only can you understand the projects that are going on, but you can understand any updates related to these projects, things like contract awards, contract amendments, financing announcements, etc. This is all data now available on the WIN platform. So what we do is take meeting recordings, agenda documents and minutes, triangulate the decisions that are made within them for a specific meeting, and provide a really comprehensive overview of everything that happened during a specific event. So I'm just on the file search page here, and I can filter by decision document, and it'll give me a list of all of the decision documents that have been recently published. What I can do is navigate to a specific decision document of interest. For example, this commission meeting from Hampton Roads that was undertaken at the end of June. And like the CIP detail page, this page gives me a list of all of the resources that we found in this file. And as you can see, these are all pretty key decisions that were made by staff at Hampton Roads during this specific commission meeting. What I can do is click on a specific decision here, and it will link me to another detailed page that just provides some more information of what exactly is involved in this decision. So this is a contract award of around 8 million. It will tell me a brief description of what the contract award was about, what kind of companies are involved. The really interesting thing is how we relate this back to the CIPs. So we have a probabilistic matching service whereby we take a decision, we take project information that was published by the utility, and we map them together so that you can understand the relationship between decisions and projects. So here's a perfect example. We have our linked project section, and we're saying with a relatively high confidence that this specific decision is related to a program management project that was included in Hampton Roads Capital Improvement Plan. Now, the confidence scoring is a really excellent tool for people to understand how closely a decision is linked to a project. We have a kind of traffic light system, so you can be relatively sure if you see a green light that these two resources are linked. If there's an amber light, we would maybe recommend a little bit of extra due diligence to ensure that those connections exist. But this just offers full transparency of the way we're mapping these decisions and project resources. If I also want to look at decisions on a national level, like I want to search for projects on that level, I can go to the decision search page and can filter by decision type. I can also search by utility or company name or decision name. So if I'm really interested in a particular company, I can do a quick search and I can quickly see all of the contracts, all of the project updates the company was involved in, along with the date published. This works for both engineering firms, OEMs, and it's a really good way of keeping track of your competition and understanding what contracts companies are winning. Finally, I'd like to talk through our utility and SRF section. So, if you're only interested in looking at specific North American utilities, you can navigate to our utility section and it will give you a list of all of the utilities we have information for on our platform. So, say for example, I was only interested in San Francisco. I can click on San Francisco's utility page. It would take me to a 2025 breakdown of its capital spending, the number of projects we're tracking for them, the number of decisions that are related to this utility, as well as some other resources. So here I can scroll down and I can have a look at some details, its service statistics, how many people it serves, etc. I can have a look at the latest projects it's pursuing, the latest decisions it's made, and also see a list of any state revolving fund applications that utility is currently in the process of undertaking. So, state revolving fund applications are when a utility applies for federal funding for their projects, and it's another resource we're looking to add to the platform over the next few weeks in time for WEFTEC 2025. It will be another way of understanding the kind of projects both large and small utilities are looking to carry out over the next few years. So, this is just a brief overview of our Water Investment Navigator product. We're going to cover around 1,000 utilities when we launch at WEFTEC, but that is expected to scale pretty quickly. There are several other features that we're looking to roll out over the next few months, but I think we'll leave things here for now. Feel free to reach out to our team by registering interest at winwaterprojects.io, and we'll be in touch to organize a more in-depth demonstration in the future. Thanks a lot and take care.